Poem 5 of the 26 poems I'll be memorizing this year is Flower in the Crannied Wall by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Flower in the crannied wall, I pluck you out of the crannies. I hold you here, root and all, in my hand, little flower. But if I could understand what you are, root and all in all, I should know what God and man is. So it's interesting. I only encountered this poem for the first time just a few weeks ago, but it really stood out to me because it sums up so beautifully and perfectly a central premise of the book that I released last year, To Live the Truth. And that premise is that all truth is connected. I give an image of a tree. A tree has a central trunk, and from that trunk stem all the different branches, and then at the very outside surface layer, there are the leaves and fruit. And I argue that God is the trunk of that tree of truth, and the universal principles and truths are the branches that stem from that central creator of God. And then on the surface layer, the leaves and fruit are what we experience and observe in the physical realm. So the animals and plants and the observances that we experience are the surface manifestations of a deeper truth, and at the very foundation of that is God, the creator. And so, in this poem, the flower in the crannied wall is just one of those many leaves and fruit, those physical manifestations of God's truth. And, in our modern age, science often can lead us to believe that we've figured everything out, that we know what everything is, that, if you looked at something as simple as a dandelion, you might imagine that we in our modern age know exactly what that dandelion is, all in all. But as this poem demonstrates, and what I deeply believe, is that if we were to understand perfectly what even a simple little flower is, we should be able to trace it back to the Creator and understand perfectly who He is and who we as His children are. So it's a really interesting, thought-provoking concept, and I love that I found this poem in which that complex idea is summarized and compacted in just a few lines of beautiful poetry. But I hope that this poem brings some joy into your day, and I hope to catch you next time.